Kitty, no one can hear you. Your mic's muted, I think.
What?
Wait, I'm trolling.
Alright, restart the intro.
Alright, I'm actually trolling everyone. Episode, whatever I said, blah, 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 host with the most. You know, I say this shit every fucking time. Yada, yada. Scar, give him a fucking intro.
Dude, I don't want to say this. Alright, I'm the co-host. I'm Scar. Nice to meet you guys. But I'm not important. Who is important to our special guest, TheOddOne. Brian, why don't you go introduce yourself?
Yo. I played League a long time ago. Like, I even played with these guys, like, believe it or not. That was like in season 1. Hey, we go really far back. Like, Rain Man days, whatever. Like, season 1, IPL 3. Like, this is when, like, these guys actually won tournaments. Like,
yeah,
that's how
IPL 3?
Like, this is go.
I'll say IPL 3. I think that was the first tournament Dignitas won and the last tournament Dignitas
No. We won the Cursed Invitation.
The Cursed
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You guys won that, yeah. The free
You're
money.
taking candy from a baby because Po Butler was actually like 12 there.
That was good. And he played top lane, so he was actually free as fuck back there. Those were the good old days. Dude, let me just say, before we get into it, I like the shirt. Where'd you get that from?
Actually, my viewers got it. Like, I honestly, personally wouldn't, like, walk out and buy this stuff, but they, like, send me stuff, like, constantly.
Have you ever worn that shirt out?
Nope. No.
I can respect that. Alright, but before we get into the real topics, Discord live question and answer Beyond the Rift server at the end of the show. Get on it. Downloads down below. Download it. Ask us questions. Whatever you want. If you want to talk about the good old days, come and ask it.
Yeah, if you want to talk shit, go ahead.
Yeah, you want to talk shit, go ahead, dude. Whatever you want to do, I'm sure to read it. But let's go on to topic number 1. So you have a long history with Scar and myself throughout the early seasons, meeting us a lot of different events. Do you have any particular stories from back then that you remember well?
Like with you guys or just like
I guess just stories in general.
I guess in general.
I mean, like, if we want to go back to like IPL 3, I remember one thing I remember of it, even though we got crushed, like we lost Epic Gamer, then you guys beat or Benderheimer or some crap like that. But yeah, we got free food coupons. So like back then when we were all poor, like I think we got pages from like IPL. Maybe that's why they went bankrupt, but we got pages of like free food coupons from them. And then I'd buy like filet mignon with like $3 $20 tokens or whatever. And it was like great. That was like the first time I ever had like a really expensive meal.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, I look for that.
IPL 3 was at Vegas, right, or some shit?
No, Atlantic City.
Okay, it was like Vegas, basically.
Yeah, no one could come in because you had to be legal to like watch us play. And I was like,
Yeah, ain't nobody like League of Legends back then was like Fortnite right now. Nobody was above the age of 21 back then, so it was like a bunch of 12-year-olds. I'll say I remember that shit because they gave us those free coupons. And I went and had like a buffet every day. Do you remember those buffets, Scara?
Dude, those are nice.
They were fucking good as fuck. I remember having the breakfast one and being like, holy shit, this must be what it's like to... This is like what fucking Drake eats every day or some shit. I thought I was eating like a fucking king back then, dude. That shit was... Those were good times. You got any other good stories from back in the day?
Sadly, I think they took away the coupons for the next IPLs, so they didn't pay for our meals anymore after that.
Wait, did they? I don't even fucking remember. What?
I don't think they didn't comp our meals in IPL 4 anymore. I'm assuming it's because people like us were like taking pages of those coupons and handing it to the guys for the filet mignon. But other tournaments that we were in, we were in like IM Kiev. Like it's weird talking about this because only you guys, I think like there's very few other players that'd be in it because this is before Darius. So this is when we had Keox and Rainman. So yeah, like that was an interesting tournament for us. I heard you guys.
To preface this, Kiev is the event that convinced me we're never going to go play a tournament in Russia or Ukraine ever again.
Yeah,
So like
I remember
that
this
was
one.
terrible.
Yeah, we went to Kiev, Ukraine. We went there. We went to the hotel. On the first floor of the hotel, there was a strip club. Do you remember that, Scar?
Oh yeah, there's a strip club on the first.
Yeah,
that's actually so funny.
I was like I think I was like 19, 20 years old during this shit, and I was just like, Jesus, man, this is like, this is this place right here. And then at the end of it, we were getting in the, the taxi. Lucas was like fucking hungover out of his mind. We get in the taxi. He throws up in the taxi car. The guy gets out. It's like a clown car. Like the taxi didn't seem that big. You see him get out. He's like 10 feet tall. And he's just.
Yeah, he was huge.
Yeah,
he was ripped too.
He was huge, a huge angry Ukrainian speaking in whatever fucking language they speak at Lucas. And I was just, we're gonna fucking die here, dude. But luckily we had a translator with us, thank God.
Yeah, no, it was worse than that. The reason we're never going back, I remember this completely, is because me, Voy, I think you, we were like, oh yeah, send us to this place. And the driver's like, yeah, sure, no problem. He sent us to the wrong, an abandoned mall. And we were so lost, it was like, I had no idea how cold it would be in Ukraine, so I brought like a dig hoodie, and that was it. And I was like, oh shit, like it's really cold. I think we stopped by like a Red Lobster or something to see if they spoke English. They didn't, and then we eventually found a land center, and a guy said he'd drive us to the event. He was one of the only English speaking people there, and while we were driving there, I thought to myself, this guy could just like harvest our organs, like drive us into a back alley and just kill us. And I was a little bit worried. Like, it was a really scary event to go to, and at the best part, after we got like slapped that event, to get out of the country, you know how like there's usually a shuttle from like the airport to the airplane? They just like didn't have a shuttle. So like we had to like,
oh yeah, we did like the trek over the, yeah, we were doing like, dude, I'm telling you, this was like some movie like James Bond escape. Like we didn't take a car to the fucking airport. We walked to the airport in the snow. It was like a fucking blizzard actually. And there was like just snow pounding on us, and we were just walking up hills to get to this fucking thing. And I think that you ended up being late, right, Scar? Or was it Dom?
Something like that.
I think it was either you or Dom that was late to their flight, but the rest of us got out of there alive. So that was a great fucking event. I love that.
Wait, but what do you have to say about that, man? I know you remember it a little bit differently.
We didn't have a translator, so we were actually lost like the first day there. Like you said, no one speaks English there. So usually at like events, like we'll go to countries that usually there'll be like a bunch of English speakers or whatever. There was like almost none. I think they speak Russian there in Ukraine. I don't know, but yeah, so I think we didn't even get to our accommodations the first day. We went to some weird sketchy hotel, and then like only in hindsight, like we made vlogs and everything, only in hindsight that I realized, oh, it's a love hotel, because the lights wouldn't dim completely for some reason. It was like red lighting. The shower was like really big. The shower was big and had like some seat contraption, so I don't know what the hell they use it for, but obviously in hindsight we realized, yes, that was a mistake. So I think we barely got our real accommodations. It was some apartment like an hour before the event, and thank God our taxi driver like didn't like drive us somewhere else. So I remember my hands were so cold. I accidentally fat fingered Flash in the first game. You can like look up the YouTube videos. Like my Ramison base just like flashes like instantly because my hands were so cold.
Dude, I'll say I loved going out to events like that because I feel like it was like, even though it was so fucked up, you guys agree, it was like fun at the end of the day. Like after it all and you get back home, it was like, you know what, this was pretty memorable.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing about like New Year's. Like you remember certain events, even if like you don't ever want to go there again. I don't think they ever actually put another event there because that whole Crimea war thing happened.
They never did. Like it was like people had complained so much. And the best part is the event was just in a random LAN cafe with a stage. It's like they just like propped up the end of the LAN cafe with like another level, and they're like, "This is where we're throwing the IEM." And I still remember the best picture. The only funny thing that came out of IAM Kiev is our group picture with the 2 Intel models. Do you remember that?
I remember those models.
That was, okay, I'm literally gonna, it's like, if you search up like IAM Kiev Dignitas or something, and just go to pictures.
Oh, I know this picture.
Do
Dom
you remember
posted it. Yeah,
that
I
was
remember
the only
that.
funny picture I remember for the event. Oh, wait. I talked to, whatchamacallit, to what OddOne about this a little bit before. Can you tell them what happened with Curse's event? Because they came with a sub. Like, they came with someone completely random.
So, I don't know who is even on their current roster, but you know Steve, right? Liquid Steve, as in like the CEO Navia or whatever, but he was there. Like, the only purpose Curse was there was to win one game against like white whatever. Like, he couldn't even tell, or he could barely remember the opponent's team name because he knew they were going to get thrashed because they were like almost a team of subs in the Ukraine just for one win. Because if they get a win at they go to Hanover, which is the other event you guys do get at. But anyway, so yeah. So basically they got their winner, like, okay, we're done here. And then they proceeded to get stomped after. But all they needed to do was just win against the local team. Because usually IAMs would have like 2 local teams that were usually like significantly below everyone else in skill level. So if you got to win against them, you got points to go to like maybe the Worlds event.
It was White Lotus. They went 0-3 in their group, and Team Curse went 1-2.
They got their points. That's all they needed.
Wait, so what happened at Hanover with TSM? You guys were there, right?
That was unfortunately Rain Man's last tournament. It was
Oh, really?
a rough tournament.
Holy shit. Damn, I don't even remember, like, how
no,
far
wait,
did you...
I remember
How do you guys not remember? You guys were like second, right?
No. I remember us smashing. I remember they had, like, the nice little lounge room, too, where, like, everyone got together.
Yeah.
They watched the game.
Yeah. It was our first VIP lounge area.
Yeah, you're right.
The crowd couldn't actually, like, interact with us, and it wasn't just, like, behind the rope. It was like an actual glass
the rope at MOGs, the rope at MOGs were
exactly. It was like a nice VIP area with like TV. So I was really hyped about it.
Yeah, they even had the beanie bag chairs and everything. But what happened with you guys at Hanover? Like, where'd you guys end up? I don't remember. Like, what place?
We lost the Curse, which is unfortunate because we never lose the Curse. So because we lost the Curse, we ended up, I think, 2-4 or whatever in the group. Same score as Curse, but since you lose a head-to-head, you just flat out lose. But I remember scrims weren't going so well before that event, so that was Rayman's last event, unfortunately. And then all I remember is, we did really badly. And then, like, we beat E-Home and I forgot another team, but since we lost the Curse, we didn't get to next round, which might have been a good thing because I'm pretty sure CLG would probably have stomped us because of how bad we played, but
I mean, it would have either been CLG or us, probably. If I remember right.
It was CLG. I'm literally looking at the bracket right now.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, I just remember, like, that event. Like, dude, all of the events went so, like, decent for us, I always felt like, until we got to LCS. But that's, like, once we got to... Even in LCS, we did okay, though. But
you know why it went so well? Because literally, before it got to, like, long drawn out group stages, we'd always be like, we talk to each other. This is our prep. We talk to each other and be like, hey guys, I think this is really good. Like, someone would say it. One would be like, I think this champ is really good. And we'd be like, all right, let's just play it. And even we didn't know how good it was. So like, how the hell could the opposing team know? And so like, we got there by like, surprising people. We like flashed off our new strategy a couple of times. And cause it was like best of ones or something, people could never adapt fast enough. But once it got to like a really long tournament we kind of showed too much early. And we got to depend on like playing well as a team. That last part is a little tough.
Yeah, ain't that?
Because like I feel like our team TSM, we would like discuss strategies like on the train or like car to the event. I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? And then day 2 would be in our hotel room. Okay, let's play something new if something happened. Like in MLG Providence, I don't think we ever played with Maokai in like scrims. And we just picked it like 4 games in a row for that tournament because we had nothing else to do. And I remember Rainman had some dumb build on Trundle. Oh my god, that was one of the few times I was mad at him. It took like 30 seconds to not kill a red buff because I think he went only defensive items. I remember like some point in that game, he was like hitting red buff after we like aced him. And everyone was like, oh shit, Rayman's always alive after refight. Yes, he's always alive because he has like 5 tank items doing no damage. Of course he's alive. There's no way he can die. But usually like we'd figure out strategies like, usually the night before, like back then. So if you wanted some cheese, like I remember we got cheese at IPL3, then you guys just banned Heimer. Like they used their special Heimer against us, and then you guys just banned it. And then, I forgot what tourney you guys did Soraka or something. I think you guys did Soraka against COG at IPL4, but then we just banned it.
Yeah, and then we lost. Wait, you banned Soraka and Lulu. And at the time, I think Lulu was the best champion in the game by such a wide margin. It was insane. That was the time where after that tournament, she got nerfed, and then Crumb started jungling her because she was so good, and he was winning like every game. Like that was a disgusting time to be a support player.
That was a good time, dude. I just remember, dude, all the good old times, man. It's just, I wish League was still like that kind of, but maybe it's better. What do you think of that, TheOddOne? Do you think that it's better that it's gone to a more professional style now?
I mean, it depends for the players. I feel like yeah, they make more now, but like back then, like it was just like, I suppose there's just less of a job, but more like fun. So if you had the time to do it, you could like just set up a team, and then if you qualify, then you can just travel the world or whatever. So from a player perspective, I think that's great. Like viewer wise, it might not be as good because there might be like a few months between tournaments, but I love going to those tournaments. I'm seeing you guys did because that was the only time you guys won, but like you guys actually had one more than CLG, or you were one more recently than CLG. Like CLG had this longest route until that Double F Poked Ultra or whatever summer finals, I think. Yeah, you guys had actually won more tournaments then.
Yeah,
they did for like the longest time.
Yeah, I think it was godlike.
Yeah, our team could never beat you guys. But anytime we played COG, they would talk up so much in like before the game and after the game, be like, I can't believe we lost to you guys again. Like I would just hear like Double Lift and whoever was on the team be like you guys just did like this thing we weren't ready for. Or like I can't believe we lost. We're just a better team.
I used to love that shit. Just listen every time we smashed CLG, listening to Double Lift, just every complaint he just come up with that. Damn, dude, we really dropped the ball. Damn, dude, fucking just some stupid bullshit. I just loved hearing that, dude. It was like music to my ears. Those were fucking nice days. But you got anything else you want to talk about for this topic?
No, most of the events were just really fun and memorable because you can like put a time and place to everything, but in LCS it's sort of like
it all just blends together, really.
Yeah, like I think the last season I played in LCS there was no event. We didn't go anywhere. I think the finals was in the studio, I think, or something. Like there was like we didn't go anywhere. There was no packs, no nothing, no MLGs.
I
think this the springs, huh?
Didn't cause you played like how many splits of LCS were you in?
I was only in the first 3. I think you were in the first 4, right? Cause I stopped at spring 2014 after that one. And then you guys had summer. I think you guys, the finals were in packs or something, but the spring split, we didn't go anywhere.
Did we not go to like MLG to play against M9 or whatever the fuck they were called? The Russian team?
I don't know.
I think in the other splits we went places, but I believe specifically spring split 2014 we only played at the studio the entire like season.
Damn. Yeah, I can't remember anything from LCS because it really does all just blend together. But alright, let's go to the next topic. So every TSM jungler since you has gotten incredible amounts of flack for their performance. What made you the most loved TSM jungler of all time?
Dude, you know, every TSM jungler, like, legit, this is what I hear from everyone. I wish we had TheOddOne again. And I like, remember, I'm like, wow. I think you got flamed a lot at the end of your career, like, the last year, or, like, the last
I think the viewer base, like, or I think the viewers got more critical players or something, but I think a lot of TSM junglers actually do well, but then they have the period where they get, like, don't do so well. Like Santorin actually did really well the first like spring split. Like people just remember the last half, unfortunately. So the post MSI, but before that, like it was really good. But they just remember the last half. It's like, oh, remember TheOddOne. But I feel like we want TheOddOne as more of like some abstract concept of like when TSM was winning or something. Because I'm assuming when they mean that, they just want to be like, we want to go back to or something.
So they want the idea of you, but they don't want you.
I trust me, they don't want you now, but. I think they just want to win, but I think it depends. So viewers are more critical, and if you don't have a fan base as a buffer, that's when it gets really bad. So a lot of these junglers are being thrown into the TSM fire, and since TSM has a big fan base, they may not always be fans of jungle. Even though if the jungle does good, like in their first split, like Sven did good the summer split, but then everyone like started playing with him, and then like just because he has one bad split. But I feel like if I didn't have as much of a fan base, I think the last split I played wouldn't have been so hot, because that's probably why I retired, because I thought that split was pretty rough for me. Because I felt like Bjerg was like just hard carrying that split, and I felt like I wasn't even doing that much.
Wait. I think one of the hardest carry performances of Bjerg was, I think, the entire season 4. What was the season 4 TSM? It was right after you left, right?
That was the amazing or Glee.
That will always be like a period of my time where I remember him like 1v9. Actually, like that still like greatest carry, like team carry performances ever.
What about
like he basically, like he single-handedly, like I don't know, but he single-handedly like made a generation of NA like mid laners retire, because they just got all these imports in right after that, because he was smashing everyone so hard that no one could really keep up with him there. But yeah, like I felt like when he joined the team, he was just smashing everybody. Like we weren't winning because of some macro cool strategy. It was literally just we won lanes because Bjerg would just smash his opponents so hard that we could just literally just collapse on anything else in the map.
Wait, yeah, that was season 3, right? I played there. We came to NA. He had solo killed every single player mid in NA, including me. And he played against High, and High went Teemo mid, and C9 smashed them.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
And then like, but aside from that game, like literally, you guys walked over every team because Bjerg like shit stomped mid lane. It was disgusting.
Yeah, I think it's just the C9 just like was better, I guess, like at macro and in some lanes. So, because of that, like if High just went even or like didn't like allow Bjerg to like roam or whatever, then his like power would be like negated, I guess. But we actually finally won a game against them, but then we had to have a Reggie week or whatever, so like we lost some synergy, and then when we finally got to finals, we just got smashed again. But yeah, I actually have like a horrific win rate against C9. I'm like 1-something against them.
Dude, wait, do you know our record against TSM? Kitty, do you remember our record against TSM?
Hell no.
They talked about it in like season 2. Like at the end of season 2.
What was it?
Our overall record against TSM was something like 20-something%, I think.
Wow,
like,
really?
We had such a bad record against TSM. Like cause the only way we got like 3rd or 2nd is because we would beat CLG on the way there.
Oh yeah, I remember we'd always pray to God. It'd be like, we'd look at the brackets and be like, please God, don't have TSM on our side.
Yeah. And if TSM wasn't on it, we met them in the finals. We knew we have a high chance to get at least there. But like our win rate against you guys were like 30%. Like it was bad.
Yeah, because I remember like a lot of tournaments you guys would just kick COD to like a lower bracket or something, and then we'd just like take you out right after or something.
Yeah, and then you guys had the double limb lead, and it would be disgusting.
Yeah, because I think even at season 2 finals or like whatever national finals were, like you guys beat COD, right? And then you got 2-0'd by us.
Oh,
yeah, to go to Worlds.
Wait, let's talk a little bit about Worlds.
I don't even. What do you want to talk about? We got
okay. By the way, those scrims were like the worst scrims I've ever played. Like,
all right, let it all out. Okay.
No, you guys did. Okay, so it was really bad time to be TSM then, because our scrim partners were COD, who was streaming at the time, so they're not fucking scrimming anymore. Curse, COD eliminated them, so they don't even really care that much. But they were our best scrim partners. And then you guys, the cheesers, were doing some
Yeah, we were doing. Let me say, we were doing that like goal funneling bullshit people are doing now back in season 2. So when people think about that, it wasn't exactly the same thing, but it was basically that. We were the originators of it. How good was that strat though?
It actually was working so well because Reggie would yell at me because I think, was it Patoy or whoever your support was would also be there. Like whenever I try to help Reggie against the jungle pressure, the support would be there too. And I would be like, oh my God, I have to work with X-Special. So me and X-Special like usually wouldn't communicate that much back then. So like we would just struggle against it, and like there'd be a lot of like yelling and whatever because mid pressure. It was so dumb, but it like would work if the enemy like wasn't prepared for it because like if you play standard, you just lose to it because there's just too much pressure. Man, as long as bot lane doesn't like feed while the 1v2 happens, like everything's fine.
Yeah, that shit was like, that was a go-to. You guys thought we'd get out of
we were going to use that strat. We were actually going to use that strat. Yeah, before everything happened. We were actually going to use it because we were getting stomped so hard. It was so annoying, like, facing it. Because remember, our practice was terrible. That was, like, the worst practice we've ever had. So it was like, screw it. We might as well, like, attempt to use it or whatever. But we had to, like, change the plan after. But, yeah, we would have tried using it. Cause...
Wait, you know, everything you say about us being bad scrim partners, I look at CLG and I think twice that. Because when we tried the identical strat against CLG, I think, or like a strat that was similar to that, you know what they did? They slowly started taking TP on every player on the team.
Oh, yeah.
So like we would play against TP support, TP AD, TP top laner, and TP mid laner or something stupid like that.
You know, now that we're talking about this, though, that's kind of how the game has devolved into right now, huh? Maybe
actually, yeah.
Maybe we
was ahead of their time.
Yeah, maybe we were the originators of this shit. My God, dude, you're actually fucking right, though. Because yeah, they'd always it'd be like, we can't beat this shit, and they'd like ban it or something, and we'd be like, we don't want to play then, and it'd be like, all right, we'll play you guys, and then it'd just be everyone has TP on their team. And then the strat just doesn't work when everyone has fucking TP because they just collapse on everything. It was just a fucking fiesta then.
No. So the best thing I can say is that we knew how it would function against a perfectly standard team like TSM. But then so we gained confidence playing TSM, and anytime we scrimmed CLG, they would start doing dumber and dumber things. Like they would do level ones that were like, they would like ward over the wall and TP on it. And then level one, and then run.
Okay, these things that would never happen. Yeah,
exactly. Never ever fucking happen. But for CLG, they would do that just to win scrims, and we were just like, I lost confidence in our strat. I was like, what if the other team does this like 5-man like level one over the Baron wall?
I felt the same exact thing because I was like, this shit's so stupid because no one's ever gonna know the strat that we're gonna use at them at Worlds. And then
yes.
Yeah. But I think in LCS, like in scrims, I think we were told never to do level ones because we constantly remake because both teams would do stupider and stupider level ones, and they would always get like multiple kills off it. And we'd be like, we're calling this game next game, every single time.
Yeah, I remember that was the first couple of seasons of LCS. You'd get into, all right, boys, let's start the scrim block. Game starts, everyone just runs, and it's not even like get out, like don't lose everyone. It's just keep fighting until everyone dies. If we win, play it out. If we lose, remake. It was just the stupidest shit. Yeah,
it was more degenerate than that because it was like both teams wanted to hit their head on the wall, and neither of them would give up. So I think there was a serious time where we did multiple level ones in a row. We would remake, do another level one, which just happened like that. Remake, do another level one. I think it was literally so stupid.
Yeah, we would say we need to practice our level ones for this time, for like this set. So let's just level one over and over and over and over.
Like
again.
Half the time we wouldn't even use our level ones because in LCS everyone would just ward everything, and it was like, okay, well we can't do anything anymore, so we just do the standard every game. So we'd waste like all those scrims like thinking of strategies, but everyone at the end of the day just puts a ward outside every entrance, and we can't get in.
Yeah, I think like when people finally realized like point defense, it like blew everyone's mind because it's like you don't have to run in 5 and fight each other. What the fuck is happening, dude? That was like the most mind blowing revelation in the LCS. I mean, just
it took us a while to get there, though.
Yeah, it definitely did take us a while. I remember, like, I think it was like you or Voy had watched like some Korean thing, and you guys were like, "You guys ever heard of point defense?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" This is like when I say it now,
it sounds really dumb.
Yeah, when I say it now, it just sounds stupid as fuck. But it was like you're telling me about point defense, and I was like, "You want one person at every entrance? Why would you do that when you can just run in as 5 and just fight?" Like, dude, back then the LCS was a fucking rodeo, so I'm pretty.
Oh no! Another story was I think Nintendo played Elise, right? Elise was actually super broken, but he did like the dumbest build ever. So everyone thought like Elise was like the crappiest like thing ever. like it took us like another like 6 months to get back from where it was. I forgot he did some supportish build on Elise. But Elise was actually super broken. We didn't realize it because he did like such a bad build that no one wanted to touch the champion. But yeah, like 6 months later, like she's obviously broken. She's played like bottom support. Like she's played in every role. But
wait, did they try to convince us that like the entire region
was
that
good.
Fiddle support, full tank Fiddle jungle was good? And I remember that. And I was like,
was that intended? I do remember someone trying to convince.
Yeah, it was intended. I think he won a couple games. I'm just like, is it good? Like we can't kill him, and if we can't kill him, I guess it's pretty.
Yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah, because it was like he'd played in the LCS, and it's like he'd ulti in, and everyone would just stand in his ulti auto attacking him. It's like, we can't kill him, dude. What are we supposed to do? And then once people realize, like, oh, we can just disengage, and then he's fucking useless because he's full tank Fiddle. That shit was garbage as fuck. But yeah, a lot of people tried doing like really stupid shit in the LCS because no one had any idea how to play the game. I don't even.
No, we tried to do. Oh yeah. We were ahead of the curve. Remember that one game against Vulcan? It spawned some funny video with like Reggie shot calling or whatever. Like we had. Was it Zin's? I forgot. It was, like,
yes,
oh yeah. Zinzao, Wild Turtle on Zinzao. I remember this shit.
But I only think Turtle was in on that strat because he's like, yes, I don't have to play ADC anymore. We played it for one game after we got smashed. We just never did it, even though we were like stomping like what would be the academy teams because I think it was like Complexity or something. They weren't in the LCS anymore. I think we were practicing against someone and we were smashing them. But maybe in hindsight, it was because our players were just like. I don't know, more tuned, better, yeah. So, but yeah, we did it against Vulcan, and we just like lost 4 people there, and it was like game over because people play more passive in LCS. So
dude, I remember. I remember this game because you guys were doing so well. I remember there was a fight at like the top lane Tri-Brush with like Wild Turtle and the Zillion. And they just played it so fucking bad. I just have it ingrained in my head. I was like, wow, you guys, this is such a good strat. Because I was like, wow, strat is fucking awesome. If I was in their shoes and I was playing this, we'd win 100%. That's probably not true. We'd probably fucking lose because
I mean, we figured you'd win 100% with the strat, but we just got stopped.
Yeah, no, I remember that because I think weren't you guys doing well early on? It was just like later on, it was just.
I think there was one group where we tried to force something instead of like slowly scale and like dive them, like, and then. We got quadra killed and it spawned some meme video where Reggie's shot Colin or whatever.
Yeah, I'm literally watching it right now. You guys got quadra killed at the 430 mark at top.
Okay, it was the top try.
Yes.
Okay, yes. I remember this. Yes, because I was like, God, this strat's so fucking good, but they're playing it so fucking badly.
Dude, the worst thing is I can't say anything about getting quadra killed because I remember playing Quinn, key on Quinn. We spent a week practicing Quinn AD with me playing Kale, and it would be like a Unabomber. So he would go in, and I would like ulti him, and then like he'd kill everyone with Quinn ulti. That was the plan. And we go to Baron. Special lands a 4-man Leona ulti, and we get 4 for and the game's over.
Yeah, game just ends right there, like instantly. We were like, oh my god, let's group up and team fight. We got the Kale level 6. I'm level 6. I got my item. Team fight time! And then Leona ult hits us and wipes us. It just games auto lose right there. That was fucking. There were too many good times in the LCS to recall of. But that, I think
we had more games back then, so we could like try whatever. Because I remember we faced like every team 4 times or something, so we had so many days to like just screw around with like the dumbest stuff because like one game didn't matter as much.
Yeah, I think that was pretty fun. I don't know. I mean, you guys don't think that people could do that anymore though, right? Like,
I think no, definitely not. Especially because like players are just better, right? You're not like. Well, I actually think you could do like new things, but I think a lot of us trying new stuff ended up like ruining fundamentals for our team in hindsight, right? So like I think it's better for teams to be better as a team first and then try cool things as opposed to doing it our way, which is just do random shit and like throw stuff at the wall till it sticks, which is fun by the way, but maybe not.
It worked in like pre-LCS meta because usually like the teams wouldn't have any like time to prepare against it, but like with LCS you prepare like every week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, actually, that's true. Well, let's go on to the next topic. So you're one of the very first League streamers that ended up streaming a lot of variety games. Was this something you planned on doing from the beginning?
Probably not from the beginning, but I guess when I retired and I was streaming, I was like, I sort of wanted to play more games because I remember when I was on TSM, it was scrim for like 8 hours or whatever practice. And then you got free time, but I'd always spend my free time streaming. So that means I'd only play League for like a period of like 3-4 years. So I never got to play like almost any of the big releases that came out in those years. And I sort of like, cause that's what I did before I played League or before I played Dota. No, I played Warcraft 3, which went in the Dota All-Stars, which went in the League. So I sort of missed out on like almost like half a decade of games. But yeah, I didn't want to just only play League, I guess, cause basically if you're on TSM, you just like spend like, I'm assuming you played a lot of League cause I remember you would stream in the morning.
Yeah, like Keely and me did like, Keely and me did the exact same thing. Keely woke up extra early to stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you guys scrim. So yeah, like basically if you stream League and then you had scrims, you usually had no other time to play like any other games whatsoever.
I mean, we made time to play other games.
Well, I remember when you were obsessed with Counter-Strike. I was a beast. I agree with you. He made time.
Yeah, I played against LMQ. We did a 5v5 scrim in Counter-Strike. We got bent over because everyone on my team was deadweight, what's new. And then Vasily was actually like a fucking god Counter-Strike player. He was just like, he was just no-scoping all of us with an op, and I was just like, this guy is not fucking human. What the fuck is happening? Those are good times, but yeah, I know what you mean, where you just didn't have time to play anything else really when you were on the like scrim grind. It definitely, I mean, Scar, how do you feel about, do you ever feel like you want to play more variety? Because I know you played Vampire. Have you played, or you were playing Dark Souls, right?
I'm actually on the same line as OddOne here. Like for me, it's like, I played so much League that I did miss out on a lot of games. So people talk, I'm watching the E3, right? The announcement of the games. They're like announcing and everyone gets hyped up. The Last of Us 2! And I'm like, what was The Last of Us 1?
That's the first one, yeah.
Yeah, like when did that come out? Like did I mess up or something? Like I had no idea when that come out. I found out like the Dark Souls series is just done. And the developers are making like a new game. I found it out at E3 too, and I'm just like, wait, I missed like an entire decade of games because, League was kind of my focus. So I don't know. I think it's nice to be able to see other things. It makes me appreciate League a lot more too, because I don't think there's any game that can replace it for me in terms of like competitiveness and like reoccurring new stuff. So I find a nice balance.
I get what you mean. Was that a later question? I don't know, but we'll get back to League after, but yeah. I thought it's because League is like always different, but yeah. So variety streaming is pretty fun. You get to experience like what you missed out on, I guess, the last like half decade, and like if in case League meta ever gets like boring, you can always like bail out on that, I suppose.
Yeah, I think variety streaming is pretty nice. Because, I want to play, like, the games that I missed out on, but then when I think about playing the games I missed out on, I'm like, if I go back and play a lot of the games I want to play, they're going to be fucking terrible. Like, I've tried going back and playing games, like, from back in the day, and it's just like, I'm pretty happy I missed out on this. This game fucking sucked. Maybe it just didn't age well or something, but, like, I feel like when you play something like, oh my god, you got to try out this game. This game was ridiculous. Like you played Sky, you were playing like Demon Souls, right? Or what were you?
Dark Souls.
Did you end up feeling like, holy fuck, I can't believe I missed out on this, or was it like, wow, I played it, good job?
I actually did. I like enjoyed Dark Souls a lot, but like for other games, I can see that. Like there's some genres of games which I just won't play. And a lot of that is like actually what TheOddOne plays. It's like 4X style, like strategy games.
Yeah. Civ is a good game. Those games are good, but might not be for everyone. I think those were timeless games. Like I don't know. what games you played, but yeah, like some games that you play like in the moment, like I played Far Cry 5. It's like all right, like I wouldn't go back like 10 years from now or 5 years from now and go play it, you know. So it's one of those.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think it's the games where like the number is like starting to exceed 4 or 5 that it's like, you know what? I probably don't want to go back and play this one. I can agree with that, but let's go to the next topic. Actually, on that topic though, yeah, I went back and I played Skyrim because I didn't play Skyrim because I was playing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went back. When did Skyrim first come out?
I think it was season 2. Right, it was season 2 because I remember Special was playing, but I never played it myself. But yeah. I do remember when it came out. It was season 2.
Yeah, it was one of those games. I missed out on playing it. I went back. I was like, oh, everyone's telling me about Skyrim. I gotta try it out. I played it. I don't even think. I think I beat it, maybe, but I was just like,
dude, it's 7 years old.
It's 7 years old. Holy
yes.
shit! Damn. So that came out when I was fucking 19. Damn.
Yeah, it might have been preseason, season 2 or something.
Yeah, Jesus. I don't even, like, remember anything about it. Like, I played it 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and I was just like, well, this game sucks. Back to League now. That's how I feel like I'll just end up being with most games. But anyways, Meteos got traded to FlyQuest for Anda in what looks like a miscommunicated and untimely swap. What are your thoughts about the ability for players to be traded like this? I mean,
like imagine you guys are still playing the LCS. All of a sudden, you know, they're just like, you know what? They go up to you. You're on Dig now.
Like, you know what OddOne would think?
I don't want to play with them.
Nah, he'd be like, "Thank God, dude, I'm off TSM. Come on, dude, you would."
There we go. Yeah, we're gonna win on Dig. I'm gonna make Dig great again.
Nah, I can definitely see that. It sucks a lot. I don't know how it works. I don't know the like inner workings.
Yeah, I don't know their like contract or anything. But
yeah,
it really depends on how that's written. Like it sort of sucks because you may not want to go to that team, and usually they want to trade you to a team you want to go to, so you don't like play on purpose like garbage or whatever. So that would be pretty rough. Yeah, if I just randomly got swapped to you guys or something, and then like yeah. I mean, you guys weren't even doing. I remember in LCS, you guys got smashed so many times.
Whoa! We started the first LCS season. What was it, Keating? Keating, what was it? 7-0, right?
Yeah, we're beast moding.
You guys, I remember
we were the worst scrim partners ever, but people couldn't refuse us because we were first place.
I love that, dude. That was the best thing. We just fuck around and do stupid shit all the time in scrims. And then it's like, come on, guys, can you try? Come on, man, stop trolling.
I remember that, it spawned that meme of you guys doing really good the first half, and then for some reason, like, having a 30% win rate, like, the second half of the split. Because I think you did that, like, 3 splits in a row where you were, like, first for, like, the first 10 games, and there's, for some reason, just started, like, dumping games left and right.
Yeah, that's the cutie special right there. Now, but back to, it really depends on, like, how the contract works. Like, can you get... Your contract carries over, right? So if you sign, like, let's say a 10-year contract for $1 million and you get traded off to, like, whatever fucking team, they have to honor the contract, right? They don't, like, rewrite one or any of that shit, or how does that work? Do any of you guys know?
I actually don't know about that. I that's really interesting. I think that maybe they do have to honor the contract.
Yeah, because as long as they have to honor it, I don't see how it's a like. Obviously, you're not on the team you want to be on or your first choice, but like, as long as you're getting paid and like,
as long as you're getting paid.
I mean, as long as you're getting paid and you got a fucking like 4 other people on your team, like you could maybe make something of it. I don't know, like. If I was in his shoes and my contract still being honored, I'd be like, you know what? Let's try to fucking do it. But if it can,
he's probably gonna still try to do it. But
wait. You're telling me if you get traded to like Team Marn, and you're just like, you know what?
I mean,
let's just try to do it.
Okay, well, back in the day, you were doing it for not the money, for the fame, because the money was absolute fucking garbage.
The money didn't exist.
Yeah, right. We used to do like go for law tournaments. Like we play a weekend for like $20 each. The prize was $100 if you got first. If you got second, you got nothing. You didn't pay for lunch.
And the best part about that is you didn't get paid. They literally just didn't pay us sometimes. So it was like
we'd be hounding them. It'd be like 3 months. Can we get our $20, dude?
Yeah, it's like net like 6 months or something for some reason. Yeah. No company does that anymore. But yeah, for some reason esports it was like net 6 months. Maybe you might get your stuff if you like beg them for it.
Yeah, like back then I would say if that shit happened, that's fucked up. But now like with contracts actually being worth stuff and all that bullshit, like if you get traded off, I mean, you can make it work. It really just depends on, like, can they just nullify the contract? Do they have to rewrite it? Do they have to, like, do they have, like, a clause where, like, if you don't make it in the LCS, you fucking some bullshit? Like, I don't know how that kind of stuff works. So if he can't get fucked and he's still getting paid, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
as long as there's like no way for them to cancel it, I guess. Like as long as he plays his games, he should be fine. But I don't know how his contract works. Like maybe if he's not a starter, he might not get as much or something. But
yeah,
like as long as they can honor it.
Yeah, that's like the other thing is like, yeah, if the contract has in it, like if you move to a sub position, you get paid less, and they just like don't want to pay him that much, so they move him to a sub position. Like that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that could be fucked up in here. But he hasn't said any of it, so I'm just speculating. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm really wait. Here's my question: what are the chances? And I thought about this for a long time. What are the chances Medios starts for another team in the LCS? Like he just gets traded again.
Who are the so 100 Thieves has Levi now, right?
Lyra or 100 Thieves has
Levi. Yeah. Smithies, Team Liquid, Sven Skaren. I mean, what do you think that Medios could replace Sven Skaren on TSM?
I think Medios is like a top 4 jungler for the last year in NA.
So you think he could?
I think he deserves a starting spot somewhere.
So he deserves a starting spot? Where would be the places that he deserves a starting spot? That deserve him.
We have to like look at Skyra's like player ranking list from
No. This is what I when this happened on stream, you know, I looked and I remembered something that happened actually. I thought about it and I was like, this is perfect. So on June 24th, which is like half a week before this happened or a week before this happened, he just said randomly, he tweeted at Apollo Price has been playing great this split. That's it. No context.
You think he's going to Clutch Gaming? That's it?
If he's there, dude, if he's there in 2 weeks, dude, I want the credit.
You're fucking big brain.
I can see where the stars are aligning. I can see why he tweeted that.
That makes sense. If I see an LCS player at another LCS player, regardless of what they say, he's gonna join the starting lineup.
Exactly. Even if they like might be like the same role or something, they'll join the same team.
Who cares, dude? I think Medios is good. I think maybe he might get a starting spot. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. Do you think that he might get a starting spot on FlyQuest?
Yeah, no, there's a good chance. He's very good, but Santorin just played like a really good game.
I think, they went did they go 2-0 this week, or was that just 1-1?
They went 2-0 for like the first time.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
they've been 0-3, and then they went 3-0 afterwards. So they're doing pretty good.
But then again, like the whole Medios thing happened after they went 2-0, right? So
yeah, so
I don't know how it's gonna. So anything could really happen technically. So
yeah, I think. I'm sure Medios is fine. Like he did like a statement or whatever that said sorry for like blowing this thing up, right? I didn't read this shit, but I saw someone was like spamming it in my chat. It was some shit like that. Did any of you guys?
Yeah, he did a video of like pretty much explaining what ended up happening, saying it was a miscommunication. I don't know how much to read into it. It's whatever. I just wanted to know if you guys thought he'd be starting.
I think he'll end up starting somewhere. Where it'll be, who the fuck knows? But I think he'll end up starting. Do you watch LCS still, Odd One?
This split, no. Like the other splits I did, but this one I like basically slowly tapered off. This is the first time in like 7 years I haven't played League for this long. I think I haven't played League in like a month, basically.
Holy
shit. This is like the longest time I've never not played League in like 7, 8 years.
Do you ever get a craving for it though?
Yeah, withdrawals?
I haven't, it's like, you know how you can get free from WoW or something? Like, I'm sort of free from League right now, because I don't crave it as much anymore. I think it's because I know they're not doing it again, but you know how they split the MSI patch like 4 times? So you basically have to study. Yeah. They said they're not doing that again. I can see why, because like you have to like read the patch notes 4 times and actually study it.
That was great. That was like 4 weeks of straight content for me. People would just be like, Scar, what do you think?
I think they're not
every single week, Scar, what do you think about this game? I'm like, let me talk to you about what I think. 6 hours later.
But yeah, you basically have to like study the game like 4 patches in a row for the next 2 months. So like for most people, like that's so much time to relearn the game each time, because they can't fix any problems from the first patch, because if there's another patch coming out, it's just a band-aid, and then that's why we have the meta we have now. Like, so I'm assuming they're just not gonna do that again next year, because I think they said something like that. Because usually they just do one really, really big patch, and then they can fix it much faster. So, but I don't know. I just don't play as much, and then like it was just roughing up, like learning. Like usually I just play like Elise Olaf, but Elise has been sucking, so I was like playing only Olaf for the longest time, and then I was like, meh, I don't.
Wait. So what do you play now? Like, what's your main thing? Is it like Spire? Is it like?
Funny thing is, I try to find a game so I don't have to go back to League specifically, because my viewers like never want League for some reason anymore. So I think I did Darkest Dungeon for like 3 years. I did that Jurassic World game for a week. And
that was okay.
Yeah, I do Slay the Spire after every stream now, because that's a really good game, really popular. You guys should play it, but.
Do you do Fortnite?
I played Fortnite a couple of times, but I'm not good at it, so.
Realm Royale?
I think Darius plays that. I don't play that, though.
Darius is addicted to that game, literally.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't.
Usually, yeah. Huh?
I was going to say, I don't really have anything that... I've played Slay the Spire. That's a fucking great game. But, like, in terms of a game that you could play as much as League... It pretty much has to be a battle royale type game.
It has to be a multiplayer game. Though I don't know how, like, if the battle royales get repetitive or whatever. Because the thing about League, which was like with MOBAs, is every game should feel different, and it does. So like, no game ever really feels the same. Like sometimes in Hearthstone, like the games just feel like the same, I guess. Because if you face the same deck, it's basically almost autoplay sometimes. But in League of Legends, like, even if somehow the enemy has the same exact comp, it's not going to feel like the same game ever.
Yeah. Yeah, actually that's true. I mean, I don't think Battle Royales will suffer from that, though, because I don't know, it's pretty fucking RNG, those type of games. So you don't really have the same.
It makes every game different, yeah. So
I think you can say that now. I think if like Realm Royale or Fortnite were 5 years in, they have to make something up. And like they have like about like half a year to a year where they can like they don't have to change much, but they're gonna have to change like League did, and it's gonna be really interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, who knows, man? Whatever. Let's go to the next topic. So you participated in Return of the Legends tournament in Hong Kong. Is cool celebrity event on a team with Hotshot, Link, Choster, and Chaos. How was that event?
Oh, I heard Scar was going to. I think Scar's going to it this year, but.
Well, I can't confirm.
Oh, that. Right. It's a rumor that Scar is going to it.
Oh, there's another one.
It was on Reddit. It was on Reddit. Yeah, it was on Reddit. I think Darius, Scar, Snoopy.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think Genja, Alex each. Yeah. So R1, we unfortunately there was 4 teams. We got seeded against the Chinese. It was basically a bunch of Chinese streamers and like. We're basically people who still played the game versus our team, where half our team like just wanted to play Path of Exile because I think there was some patch going on at the time.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, they were like, damn, I wonder if we can play Path of Exile here or something. So I felt like after so we're against like the Chinese team, Cao Mei, and like a bunch of other like world elite legends. They basically 4-0'd the tournament. So we like spent like a week getting there and like set everything up, and then just to lose like in an hour. It was pretty embarrassing, but half our team like basically uninstalled the game after and like don't play League anymore. So
I mean, how was the event though? Because I remember I got invited to do this, but I said, fuck that shit, I'm not going to this garbage.
The event was pretty good, like aside from the travel time. Like Hong Kong's pretty fun. Like we like ran around and saw the sights. We even had a $500 sushi because we wanted the experience, you know.
$500.
It was a 3 Michelin star restaurant.
Oh,
wait, really?
Yeah. So it was a 3 Michelin star.
How good was it?
It was good. It's probably more for like the experience of your friends, I guess. I'll remember it. So.
I mean, if I go, I might go there. I'm just saying.
Okay, so yeah, hypothetically you go there.
Yeah, but hypothetically.
If you want to know more about the games, so like we would go there. So it's like 5 days later, we finally play our games, and we get completely smashed, obviously, because these Chinese players have been playing the game since like they retired or whatever. So you know how like after you lose, you have that little circle of despair or whatever you call it, like deciding what went wrong. Like you guys were on digs, so it happened like every weekend. But for me, we were discussing what went wrong in the game, and like I felt bad for Hotshot because I wanted to say it was okay or it was a little bit my fault. You know how you discussed how you lost, right? I couldn't look him in the eye. Because whenever I would look at him, I'd remember his score. It was like 115 and like 3 over 2 games. And I couldn't look him in the eye because I was like dipping my laugh. Like I couldn't, every time I looked up, I just saw 115. So I had to look back down and I couldn't discuss like any of the games.
It was that much of a disaster. Were they just like 20-minute blowouts or what?
It was like, basically, they'd just farm Hotshot, and then, like, Cao Mei would just run us over with his, like, Triforce sword. Oh, yeah, Hotshot wanted to do Garen against Aurelia, I think, in the first game or something. And then, like, that's all she wrote. Like, he just got dove, and then he just kept dying. And since you're Garen, like, when you're behind his Garen, you're so useless. I think the next game, he chose Galio into Renekton. So, yeah, hypothetically, even if he fed, he'd still be useful, but the same thing happened. So, it was 115 and 2 over like 2 games. It was just like, it was pretty rough. And I don't know, I couldn't like discuss the game after because I kept like stiffling my lap. Like I wanted to say, I'm sorry I didn't like camp your lane as much or whatever, but.
Did anyone do well on the team though?
I think the best player was Link, even though his first game was a little rough. And then like maybe me, but yeah. There was some weird stuff like Chaos, Chaos baited and engaged by MF. I don't know why he chose MF. That's another thing. I don't even know why he wanted to play MF because I don't even remember when MF was meta bot lane. But anyway, he like engaged the fight by ulting in front of the Elise, so the Elise would stun and then it would dive us. Problem is, Rakan followed up, and then him and Chauster got killed like instantly. I was like, what the fuck? Like, like we had tower advantage.
Wait, Chaos baited a fight by ulting into like.
Yeah, he ulted the minion wave, but like right in front of Elise. Like that, he was baited in the fight. The problem was Rakan followed up and like double CC'd him and Chaucer on Janna. So it was like they both instantly died, and then I was like, what the hell? And then I think Hotshot finally got his first kill. I think that was his only kill. He teleports down, ults Elise, and then me and him die because I forgot who their bot lane was. But yeah, he was just super fed as Kama, and it was like game over like 5 minutes later.
How'd the crowd like it though?
I think the crowd wanted the Chinese to win. Like, I don't know if they knew much of us anymore because it's been a while. Because like the names on the list were like pretty old school. Like these are like super old
really
players.
Old school, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they wanted China to win, and they did. So it was a pretty nice venue. Like it was great. Unfortunately, there was like I don't know K-pop groups like something Velvet or whatever. There was like a bunch of K-pop groups like playing in between. So the arena was really nice because
was it packed?
We played one day. Pardon?
Was it packed, the arena?
Oh yeah, it was.
Wait, you had Red Velvet at the event?
I think Red Velvet was the night. So we played one game, and then the next night K-pop groups would play, and then we'd play the day after. So I think it was some week-long festival for Hong Kong or something. So yeah, I'm assuming that's why it was like crowded or packed.
Damn. Wow, that sounds actually really nice. Holy shit. Did you guys do like a meet and greet or anything while you were there?
Oh yeah, we had some meet and greet thing, where met a bunch of fans. I think obviously the Chinese one was like, line was a lot longer, but we got to do a few activities there. It was a really nice area. Like we had a nice hotel. It had like an ocean front and whatever. But it was just unfortunate that it took like a week of our time to like play 2 30-minute games and just get smashed. We didn't even, there was no second bracket. We just got smashed, and then we didn't even get to face the EU team who went 1-2 against the Taiwanese, and the Taiwanese went 0-2 against the Chinese, and it was over. The tournament just ended like that. So sort of wish there was more games. I don't know if hypothetically you're going, if there's going to be more games for you, Skara, but I'm pretty sure like it shouldn't be as big of a blow. I want to believe.
I hope that I'm not even playing mid lane. I hope I'm playing support. I really want to play if I'm going. I really want to play pipe. I really want to play pipe.
I'd like watching that. I'd watch that shit, but let's go to the next topic. So looking back at your life, what does League of Legends mean for you?
League's like, I've never played WoW, so I don't know what the feeling is, but I feel like it's one of those things I won't ever forget because a lot of my like best memories are probably from this League era. And I played it for like 8 years, which is a lot. A fifth of my life or something. I played it for long. I've never played any other game even close to the amount of League I've played. Like I thought I played a lot of StarCraft and Warcraft 3 today, but nothing will ever come close to the amount of like time I put in League. But it's like one of those anime things. Like it's like the journey and all the friends you experience or whatever. But I think like League has been really good for me. Like not just like professionally, but also socially or whatever. So, I'm assuming you guys have played it like just as long. So, unless you like for some reason hate yourself, but I'm pretty sure you've enjoyed it. Like, I don't see it as wasted time because of all the experiences I've had with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that for all of us, we probably love the experience. We're lucky to have made a career out of it. Like, lucky to have like met all the people that we have because. For me, like, League of Legends, like, when you first start the game, dude, it was just, like, you're just fucking around. It didn't really matter. You're just playing with your friends or whatever. But, like, once it started, like, revving up and, like, I started traveling, doing all that shit, like, it's crazy to see how far it's come. And it makes me really happy to see, like, I did all this before the game dies and Fortnite takes over every fucking single game. So
is that what you think?
Yeah, it makes me really happy to be like, holy shit, dude. Like, I saw the end to, like, a dynasty. Like, some people will, like, live to see the end of, like, a fucking empire. I saw the end of League of Legends, and I was, like, the whole time
I was there at the start of it, too, yeah.
Yeah, like, that kind of shit, just, like, you think about it, you look back on it and be like, damn, that was a fucking good-ass game, man. Like, I love League. I think it's fucking great. And I'm happy to have been able to, like, do all that I've been able to do with it.
Like, I don't think I'll ever, like, forget most of the times here because, like, League's been so big and, like, everything about it's been pretty good. For at least me. What about you, Skara?
Wait, the thing is, you said you didn't play WoW. Like, you were never on that train, right?
But I'm assuming people, like, who played WoW might have something similar to, like, what I'm experiencing because, like, all the
So I played League for 8 years. I played WoW for 6. Before that, like 4 or 5. Like like that. So what ended up happening was I went from like I saw like the best time of League, okay, WoW, and I saw it die, and I saw the best. Whoa! Let me say it. What the best of League so far. Now maybe he could come back up, rise like a phoenix from the ashes, you know. But I think it's been crazy for me to be a part of probably 2 like huge generational games, and like I don't know, it feels stupid to say that games have been like a huge part of my life, but I think League of Legends for me it's like the experiences, the people you met, I wanted to say a really corny line. I wanted to say it's more than just a game to me. But,
hey, Scar, you're talking about your feelings, man. Nothing corny about that. Just let them rip.
Yeah, it's more just a game. I made like some of my best friends while playing the game. Like I'm in the current situation where I'm at right now. I'm able to live a lifestyle because of this game. And yeah, I think that what League has done for me is more than anything else I could have imagined.
Yeah, because when I first, I'll go. But yeah, when I first like started League, I didn't think it would go like this far. Because the only other game, that actually lasted this long was WoW. So, like, not many other games are still like as popular. But yeah, when I first started League, I didn't think it'd ever go this far. And like, I thought I was just gonna do like pro gaming as a hobby or something. Because that was when esports was really small. You just like have time when you're in college, play a bunch of games, and then like once you have to go in RL, you like quit your hobby as a pro gamer or whatever. But obviously it went like for, all right, sorry I interrupted you, but go ahead.
I was going to say, like, Scar, you talked about, you watched the best parts of WoW and then you watched its like slow decline. You feel like that's happening with League? Like,
ooh, I think that it is hitting a really big trough right now. But I think, when Legion came out for WoW, a lot of the player base came back. I think they quoted it as like the highest number of player base since Wrath of Lich King, since it's like prime. I would say that Riot's doing some stuff now that's making it really interesting for me, as like a player where it's like I can play random stuff in the bot lane, and I think that's super cool. Hopefully they're able to bring the interest back. I think interest has been waning kind of a little bit for years, at least in North America. But, that's the country where I live. So I hope that the interest starts coming back in NA, because I would love to be able to be like, hey guys, I play League of Legends, and have like people know what that means instead of having to say, hey, I play Fortnite.
Yeah, whenever tell people I play League of Legends, they're like, "Is that like Fortnite?" That's every fucking time.
Yeah, whenever I tell like my Uber driver like what game I play, they just never hear of League. It's always either something like Madden or COD. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, and now it's like Fortnite, right? Like, no, before I could say when the League of Legends World Championship was happening, I think it was season 3. Faker came and like smashed the event, right? People were like, "Oh, are you here for that gaming tournament, that League tournament at the Staples Center?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I am, dude. I am here for that." And then now it's like, no one knows the hell League is. It's like, wow, Fortnite is really kind of taking over. Maybe you were right, Keely. Maybe we're just here to see the death of a dynasty.
Dude, that's what I'm
Epic
saying.
Games dynasty.
Yeah, but let me ask you, TheOddOne. Since you're someone that hasn't played, you said you haven't played the game for a month. What do you think it would take for you to like come back? Like, what would make you like, I want to play League every single day now?
I haven't tried the new meta recently, but when I stopped playing, it was like you pick Zinzauer Graves, you run out the Scuttle, and then you just roam. Like, I actually hate when the meta is like that, because it focuses on like early game jungles only. So if you try to play a tank or something, you just get rolled and your teammates yell at you. But
I don't remember the last time I've seen a tank jungle. So
the tank jungle meta is actually really good, because you can like play early game guys, and you can abuse tanks, but tanks will outskill you. So it's like a risk, whatever. But if you take out tank jungle, which is usually a bad idea, what happens is it's just carry versus carry over and over, like fighting for that scuttle. So basically half the roster gets negated like completely.
Dude, that's what I've been saying, is like, I hate the way the jungle is right now, because it just turns into carry versus carry, and if one carries ahead, auto lose. Like, if it's carry versus carry, the enemy Graves has 5 kills, you're never going into your jungle.
If he just like takes all your stuff and snowballs, and then it's like a game.
Yeah, because you're never going to fight him because he's a carry and he's like snowballing, and you're a carry and you have no CC and you can't do anything. So
ADCs love tank jungles because they don't do any damage like half the time, so they can like outplay it, but it's more about like team fights. But with carry jungles, you just like, your Graves are in, you just walk them to bot lane and just kill them both, and it's like, oh, I'm good here.
Yeah.
Tank jungles, you have to like work as a team.
No, I've been saying that forever. Like, they need to make more of an effort to allow tank junglers to like.
Dude, they're literally. they're gonna nerf Conqueror, but it's gonna be like in a later patch. I'm just waiting for that because when that happens, like that'll help out a lot. And then
I think Conqueror and nerf would help out tanks because right now tanks. You played with Conqueror in the game, right, OddOne, or no?
Yeah, I played a little bit with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
Because bruisers were destroying everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't
they're
do
still
anything.
destroying everyone.
Yeah. So you think then if they like rebalance jungle to make it more like diversity instead of just picking early game carry junglers, you would come back to it?
Yeah, I might. I mean, I guess I needed a break, but I probably could come back to it and enjoy it. I just didn't like, playing Xin Zhao Graves every game was really annoying because I don't really like Graves that much. Xin Zhao's alright, but I mean, if Xin Zhao was up, they took it, you just lost, but I don't know how it is now.
Now you can play Camille too. You like Camille? Play that, but that's basically the meta right now. I understand though where you're coming from because when we had I think Cowsip on this show, he was talking about like how he also hates. I feel like all the like older players hate with like the jungle has become like the older jungle players because it really is just like it's like some SM org just go face fucking kill shit, fuck pathing, fuck using your brain, just go and fight 24/7.
Dude, it's depressing when I talk to junglers. I'm like, so what happens if I do this thing but he gets a kill on his gank? It's like, well, then you got outplayed. I'm like, wait, is that how it works? It's like, yeah, in this meta, yes.
It's this meta for junglers. I can definitely see why junglers would not enjoy it. But anyways, let's go to the final topic. Everyone's favorite live question and answer segment. They got questions, we got answers. So we're gonna go straight into it with topic number 1. And let's start. This is a good question, Cardinal Cope, because you've played a little bit of this meta. In your opinion, OddOne, which is worse, this meta or the Ardent Censor meta? Because Ardent Censor didn't make you quit, so...
Ardent Censor is pretty bad. I mean, at least you could play out the early game, and then obviously ADCs are so busted. I don't know why they were whining that season. Like, everything was being funneled. It was like a different way to funnel. Because support was basically like mini cons or some crap, and they'd connect to their like transformer fucking ADC, and they'd just like kill everyone. But at least there was like early game plays until that happened. So probably prefer that meta more than this one, which is a sad concern. I didn't like Ardent Censor at all. I thought it was a terrible item design because it basically only benefits one person, the ADC. Like, it's not going to benefit the mid unless he's some auto attack mid. So that item basically is solely for the ADC and not like anyone else in the team.
Scar, what meta do you?
I'm just saying, you know what? How we got to the current meta is because Riot listened to all of our complaints. We were like, hey, we want to be able to be more bloodthirsty. We want there to be more action early. And Riot's like, okay, you got it, dude. Here's 2 scuttles. You know, we wanted more bruisers to have a keystone top lane to be able to like, face roll their way into split pushing to end the game. That Riot's like, you know what? Here's Conquer. We wanted you to be able to solo carry more. Riot's like, you got it, dude. And then gave us the ability to do that.
Hey, I'm just saying, I didn't ask. I said nerf the fuck out of junglers. That's what I was asking for.
That's what got us here.
Yeah.
I can't do the level 4 clear anymore. It's all your guys' fault. That's Scuttle thing.
Yeah, maybe it is, because maybe it is a lot harder to power farm it seems like the most optimal way to play is to just spam gank and like do camps along the way, but maybe it is my fault. Fuck. You're right. Maybe
I feel like every time we brought a guest on, we talked about the balance of the game. It's actually kind of gotten implemented over the years. And it's just like not in the way that I expected it. And all of a sudden we're in the meta where I'm just like, how did we get here? And I realized that like my greatest enemy is myself.
Hey, to be fair though, I still think they need to nerf Resolve. Like, I could go through the list. Nerf Resolve, nerf Bruisers, nerf Support, nerf Jungle. You can like fucking even nerf AP items, all that shit. You do that?
Okay.
I'm pretty okay, but let's go. Next question. Oh, this is a good one too. Most influential wants to know at all of us. QD always says the jungle's a broken role. What does OddOne think of the state of the jungle?
Oh, okay.
I I think jungle has been pretty meh for the last like season and a half, I guess. Like I think the last time jungle was obviously strong was season 6. I actually enjoyed that season for obvious reasons. So, but I think since then they've been really bad. Like you'll know when jungle is super bad in different ways. Like if Iron's ever the top champion, it's like when Ashe is the best ADC. That's when you know a role sucks it. If the utility champion is the best at whatever, then that's when the role bad. So there was like a few patches where Iron was like the strongest jungle, which means jungle sucks. But now it's like a different one where the jungle picks are really like conscripted to like only a few junglers. So I don't like it that much right now because it's really restrictive. If you pick a tank jungle, you have to pray like one of the like 4 ganks that the enemy jungle is going to do, like with Xin Zhao or Camille, like don't work. Because if one of the 4 works, like it's just going to snowball.
He doesn't even, it's not even one of his 4, he could just invade your ass and kill you. Like if you try and play a tank versus like Camille or some shit, she'll like 2-hit you fucking early game. That champs.
Yeah, the damage like, well yeah, that's another weird thing that went up throughout the season. So like, even though like the tank items like Stoneplate, imagine Stoneplate in season 2 or 3. It would obviously be easily the most broken item in the game. But right now it like isn't, because the damage has increased in the game so much that it doesn't make you basically invulnerable. I feel like this season, like you can't really be tanky. You just die.
Yeah, no, that's what I've been saying for like ever. This game has way too much fucking damage in it, and like Resolve is a way to try to band-aid it. Like the resolve tree.
Dude.
But the resolve tree, just all it does is like people that aren't tanky, like you just have bruisers and like mid laners that run resolve now, so they can be tanky too. And now it's just, the power is so fucking shifted, it doesn't make any fucking sense anymore.
I want to say, it should say something that the best defensive item in the game right now is Zanya's. And at some point, every player will buy a Zanya's just cause, like, to win a team fight, to make sure they can't. Like, Zanya's is like...
Yeah, cause, like, it feels like all the other tank items, they don't do anything. Like, ever since Xayah came out, like, it doesn't matter if you build armor against her, she just kills you. Like, even if you're full tank, she just, like, Random doesn't seem like it does anything anymore. Like, yeah, everyone just goes flat HP.
I remember,
like, nothing else works.
Yeah, I remember back in like season 1 or some shit, I used to be like, God, Randuin's is the most broken item in the game. This item doesn't make any... I forget what it even did. I think all it did was like reduce my attack speed, and I was like, this item, I can't beat it. But now like it still has the like reduce attack speed thing. I'll kill him in like half of a second. Like,
yeah, I think that the thing is like your first defense item is your strongest, and the rest like don't matter. Like, so everyone just gets 1 ninja tabas, and that's like all the tankiness they need. Because the next tank items don't do anything. So like that's why you don't see like pure tanks that much anymore. You just see like supports and bruisers running around because pure tanks just get shredded like crazy.
Yeah, I definitely think like the damage in this game, they should do something about that. Are you gonna say anything else on this topic, Scar?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, let's go with one final question from Vanilla Bean Wonder. He wants to know, on the topic of Riot listening to the players, even though the game's in a kind of bad state right now, do you appreciate adding content at a faster rate and listening to the players more than they have ever before? You know, I'll say, I've always said my favorite thing about League is the fact that they add content like very quickly. But you know, now that the patches are the way they are now, maybe I don't want the games to change so much so quickly. Like these games, I feel like the game's just starting to change so much so quick now that it's like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm playing anymore sometimes. Like I'll be in game and I'll just be like, what the fuck is going on anymore in this shit? Maybe I'm just getting old or something, but...
I think it's because they like shifted it so much and like so few patches. Like usually they like only change the game if like they think everyone solved it, but I think they changed the game before people solved it this season, so it's like really weird now.
I think they did it multiple times. Like we weren't even given it like during the mid-season as a good example. Like the game didn't even get like I literally had to like talk about the game 3 different times within a month because it changed so much. And I think that like, yeah, it's really weird. Like we're just getting to the point where like, oh, okay, well I can play this champion. I cannot play this champion. I can play this champion. I think stuff is just about stabilizing. And then they hotfix buff like 5 AD champions. And now I'm just like, well, maybe it's a little bit different now.
Yeah, because this patch was like, everyone was talking about, oh, you can play anything bottom. Obviously, that's not true. You're never going to have a game where you can play anything. And like, people have figured out like, oh, it really is only like mages because their items let you build lasagnas so you don't get fucking insta-killed. And now it's like, well, now we're going to start buffing ADs, and it's like, well, maybe you don't play mages anymore. I never really know what direction they want me to go in, because it's like, okay, I'm starting to learn mages. Oh, here's a hotfix buff randomly for ADs. Well, I mean, do I continue learning them? Or?
It's like good that they listen to player base, but sometimes the players may not like know what's best for the game, or they may be super biased towards their champion, like say Blizzards or something, and then like the tanks like don't speak up, so then the tank players all get shafted because they didn't like.
I feel like that's all tank players though. Like tank player, like no one ever is there to defend a tank player.
Yeah,
like, you're the first guest on the show that's ever done that.
Yeah, that's their job.
I don't like tanks that much, but tanks are sometimes like tanks are needed for the meta. Like you can't, if you don't have tanks, you just have everyone getting one shot on both sides.
That's what I've been fucking saying. Thank you. Like, when the meta is 5 carries versus 5 carries, it fucking sucks. No one wants to play 5 carries versus 5 carries because the game gets decided in like 5 minutes. At least if you have tanks, your tanks have like CC, and they don't need to be like 20-0 to be useful. Like,
it's weird because, I realized support used to be the selfless role. Like, they used to be out there helping the team. Actually, the selfless role is now the tank player, because it's like you're playing a thing that's 100% going to get outscaled, and like which sounds really stupid. You're just there for your team. As your support is trying to play like Brand or Pike or like Bard or something like that. And it's like you get no credit for it, and you're probably going 0-3 in lane regardless because your champ's not very good.
Yeah,
but like
let me ask you something. What do you think? Do you think that tanks should get outscaled?
Yes, they have to be.
What do you think?
I'd say like late game. It's like tanks should be good like mid game. Like they shouldn't be able to like I don't want season 5. Like even though I thought season 5 ADC is overlined, because like if a bunch of tanks like don't do any damage to you and you can kite around them with an ADC, like if you're a good enough player, you should be able to like still like triple the damage of like a tank or whatever. But I'd say like there needs to be like an early game like for certain champs, and then mid game, and then like late game. Obviously ADC should like destroy you if they have Last Whisper, but right now I think they skipped the mid game part, so tanks aren't useful because ADCs are killing them anyway, so it doesn't really matter there. So I'd say like bring back the middle game where the tanks like do work for like 5 to 7 minutes, but that currently is gone because ADC just kill without Last Whisper. Ever since Zaya came in the game, like doesn't matter.
Even now, like you don't even need to buy Last Whisper, even at like 5 items.
Yeah, no, I don't even buy Last Whisper. I'll just kill tanks anyways. But I think that's interesting because I've always thought about like, when should a tank be strong? And I think that it might be like, maybe it's just because Riot sped up the game so much where they want you to just end the game in 20 minutes. So they want it to be like a quick experience. Because before, like the average game, it felt like 40 minutes on average.
Oh, yeah. It's like 30 something. Now it's like sub 30.
It's a lot faster now, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, because like the pacing of it, I feel like tanks they just don't make any sense in the game anymore. Like, when I think of a tank, I think of like an early game champion like Sion, but he got nerfed into the ground, or Ornn. And then like, they're strong for like the first 10 minutes, and then they're useless outside of their initiation. They can't tank anything. They die instantly to everyone. Like, they're just gonna take towers in your face if you're versus someone split pushing.
Yeah. Like I literally play the second best tank jungler like a lot, Sejuani, and it feels like
I'm really bad right now.
I'm nothing, right? Like all the top junglers out skirmish me, and even when like I end up being like relevant, like really really like relevant, like I end up ganking like a bot lane that has Swain or Vladimir or Brand. Brand. Holy shit.
Brand destroys you.
I played the Brand and I just get melted. And so there is no, I think I'm strong for like for 5 minutes, a 5-minute period. I think that I'd like to be strong for like a 10-minute period so I can get some stuff going.
Yeah, like
you go to fleet, or do you go is it fleet of foot, the one that heals you when you
I can
auto,
go fleet, I can go
Reuploading?
aftershock. It doesn't
Because
really
I feel
matter.
like if you go fleet, you're just not tanky at all. But the problem is you're clear sex. Like if I was going resolve, it just feels like tanks can't work because they just get killed really fast.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, yeah, it feels weird, and it's interesting you brought it up because, yeah, I think, like, a tank is, like, the guy you want mid-game, but there's no mid-game in League anymore. It's, like, early game and then late game. Early games, pre-Baron spawn, late games when Baron spawned. After that shit, like, yeah.
That's depressing, dude.
No, that's how it feels like now, so it's just, I think it's interesting that you brought up how you feel about tanks because I've thought about it a lot. I want to see tanks be more effective. How they go about it, you don't think they'll ever lengthen the game, right? Like they don't want to get like they've been making an effort this whole time to like shorten the game out as much as possible.
I don't think that's true. I think what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to make it the number one goal right now is to try to make it so you're not in games which feel unwinnable. Like you're not in those like you start like 0-5 and you feel like you can't win and you're just playing out the next 15 minutes.
Technically, that meta was like when tanks were like early on in the season. I think there was a meta where you could like get stomped on as a tank, but you could eventually like win. I think there was a period where that actually happened like so much. You just get stomped on Zach or Sejuani, but then you'd like win later.
Yeah, like now, like if you're 0-4 on Zach, do you feel like you could win it? Yeah, like you guys left. There's no fucking chance of winning the game.
It just runs into you and kills everybody.
Yeah, if Graves is 4-0, like he's gonna be killing me and my team through me. Like,
yeah, like he'll kill you
depressing.
fucking instantly. Like that's maybe you're right. That's what they're going for. I'll say they have a lot of fucking work to do if that's what they're going for. Because right now games feel like you auto lose them at like 5 minutes. 5 minutes in, I look at the score. Okay, this team won.
I think due to the bounty change, you have one chance to make a big mistake now. I think before, if I start 0-5, I would say it's unwinnable. Now I say there's a chance to win, and now you have another chance to make a mistake. So I think they have succeeded at making it less like you auto lose off like an 0-3 or 0-4. Now you're given the ability to go to an 0-6 before you're like, okay, we lost for sure.
I don't know.
I actually like that bounty change, because you can actually funnel the resources someone like to hopefully like salvage whatever's left of the game.
Yeah, I think the bounty change is really good, but I'll say I don't think that the game will ever be like comebackable until you actually have tanks in the game. Like if it's 5 carries versus 5 carries, if the enemy 5 like I always joke around. I used to joke around about this shit so much. It's like, nice, my team picked 5 carries. Maybe one of us will carry, haha. But now it's like that every single fucking game. And if everyone's a carry and one of them get fed, they're gonna fucking go ape shit. So you kind of need some like the equalizer. That's how I felt like the tank was. The tank was like the equalizer. Like if you're fed as fuck, the tank could just stop you. But
like if one team was ahead, the tank could like do a really good engage and like turn the game around. But if you have 5 carries versus 5 carries, who's gonna engage? Is the Camille just gonna run up and R them and like die?
That what triggers me the most in my games. Like I'll play carry and the whole time I'm sitting on my tower, someone please engage, and they'll tell me, no, I don't want to die. When they tell me that, /FF. That's auto fucking. No one wants to do anything because no one wants to die. Well, fuck. I guess we fucking lost then. That shit right there. If you can get a tank into the game, I think that it'd probably be okay balance. Maybe. But as it is right now, it's too snowbally. It's definitely way too snowbally. But anyways, that's it for our discussion. That's it for our Q&A. I want to thank our special guest, TheOddOne, for coming on the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking some time out of your day. If the people want more of TheOddOne, where can they get you?
Usually stream, obviously, at TSM TheOddOne. You can get me on Twitter, TSM TheOddOne as well. I have an Instagram, OddOneLaw. But yeah, thanks for having me here, guys.
Oh, tell them when you stream, dude. You gotta tell them.
I actually streamed almost the exact time as Skara, because I was asking like my chat, okay, if I'm gonna meme Skara, what does he say? And like no one knew what he says because you stream
no
at the
one
exact
watches
time
him. What are you trying to get at here?
Wait, what?
What do you
No,
mean no one knew what he says?
Because I know like the small cat and all that stuff for Cutie Pie, but I think it's because my viewers can't watch Skara because we're on at the same time. But usually I'm on like 4 p.m. PS or PDT to to like 2 a.m. PDT. So usually that bracket, and usually Skara just happens to be on that one, or at least the first half of that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Scar.
But yeah, I don't know any Skara sayings like unfortunate or something. I don't know if you still say that anymore. Unlucky? No.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to pretend to watch my stream, dude. I know it's just all bots in there anyways.
Scar, give him an outro. Where can the people find you?
Where can they find me? Just Skara on Twitch and Twitter. You can find my other socials from there. I stream every day pretty much, with some circumstances where I don't stream at the same time. But it's usually around like, noon to 1 to like, actually I've been streaming till midnight. I've been streaming about like,
you like
10 to 12 hour block. I've been streaming a long time recently. So,
usually yours overlaps with mine, yeah.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but like, you're just telling me you never watch my stream. All right.
I actually stream like sometimes it's 7 days a week, but usually it's 6 days a week, 10 hours. So like usually I have no time to watch you.
All right.
You don't watch
me. You don't even watch me.
You don't watch his VODs at least?
I watched you play Slay the Spire so much. Are you serious?
I watch you.
Maybe
I'm
on after you.
I'll say I watched you play Fire Emblem, and I watched you play the Nekopara. I think those are.
I haven't played Nekopara yet. I think that game looks dumb. Like, despite what my shirt says, like I don't.
No, what are those? Not that one. What's the other ones you were playing? The ones with the. Man, it was like.
Is it Danganronpa?
Yeah.
Is it a murder mystery?
Yeah, I was watching you play all those ones. Yeah, that was fucking good. I watched the. I saw you play the Nine Doors whatever series. Yeah, those games are actually really good. The VLR was actually one of my favorite games of that year. Oh, really? I'm still on that shit. Yeah, that's actually really fucking fun. I've been loving those. Those are the kind of games. Yeah, I'm sad that I missed playing them when I was in the LCS, but now that I can go back, those are the kind of games. I mean, I'm gonna finish up the show, but those are the kind of games you can go back and play them, and it's like, this was nice, dude. Not Far Cry 5 though.
It's usually like you usually got a good experience for those games, yeah.
But anyways, you guys know where to find me. 5 p.m. PST or 4 p.m. PST for Beyond the Rift. Every Thursday. Make sure to tune in. This one was an exception, but you best believe the next one won't be. Unless it is, then I'll let you know. But anyways, that's it for Beyond the Rift. Hope you have a good rest of your day, everyone. Enjoy Rift Rivals.
Yeah, enjoy Rift Rivals.